Start making music that's relatable. Who you with?
If you want to understand how to make your music relatable to a listener, this is the only video that you're going to need. And you might be thinking, Dustin, it's not that hard to write a relatable hook. I see musicians do it all the time. It's super simple. But I see all these hooks that you guys are writing out here, and you're getting it wrong, and let me show you how. Let's say I've written a song about being a single parent. That's an experience that a lot of people have gone through, so I need to write a hook that relates to my song. So I write, nobody understands what it's like to be a single parent. Great, right? I'm talking to the audience that I want to talk to, and I'm speaking to an emotional struggle that they might have. But it doesn't relate any actual experience. It doesn't have any visceral emotional impact. We can do better, right? So what if instead I write, you buy your son ice skates instead of buying yourself that new pair of shoes you needed? Well, hold on, that's a very specific lived experience that many people in that situation have had. And I like to call this specific relatability. Because what's the point of being relatable if you're not emotionally impacting what relating to a scenario actually means? You don't.
Hold on. Let me pause that real quick. Think about your life. Think about things you went through. Think about good times you had, bad times you had, right? What's the one common denominator about all these different experiences you had in your life? Take a second to think about it. I'm going to tell you. You remember how those moments made you feel. So if you can achieve that with your music, you can make somebody feel something, you'll have a fan for life. See, this is why artists fall off, right? They fall off because they make music that ain't about shit. There's certain artists that's rapidy rap, and they ain't talking about nothing. They just putting a bunch of word salad together. It's just they punch in and they just talking, and it don't mean nothing. And then what happens is when we grow up, we might like it when we're 18, 17, 19, but when we're 27, 30, 40, 50 and up, we got real life to deal with. So you're not really talking about real life. I only got so much time. I want to be compensated with that time. So give me something valuable instead of just ain't talking about nothing. Those artists fall off. This is why a lot of songs back in the day are still relevant and still good, and we still listen to them today because one, they were well thought out, and two, they made you feel something. Think about that. You remember where you were when you heard that song? Something about that song makes you feel a certain way. I ain't saying you gotta be emotional when I'm so sad. I ain't saying that. Even if you flexing, you know what I'm saying? Like you talking money talk, just know that be intentional about how you saying it and say it in a way to where like motherfucker can feel that shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's something to think about.
You don't want to convey a hook that is boring, that doesn't have an emotional impact. I'll give you another example.
Hey, real quick, let me give you an example real quick. I think about this Drake song. I'm gonna use my wife for example, right? Drake had a song, I be up all night, whole crew's in here, cause I don't really know who I'ma lose this shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? That I just felt something listening to that, and like that's an example. I don't want to sing it too long, get hit with a copyright strike. But you get what I'm saying. Just be intentional when you like think about that. Don't don't because some people gonna hear this and they gonna keep punching in and talking about nothing. Those people won't have a career in 2 years. They might get a little hot, but it's only gonna go so far because people grow up. Be intentional, man. That's it. Be intentional about your lyrics.
Have a breakup song. So my hook is, if you just broke up with your girlfriend, this song's for you. If I just went through a breakup, I might watch that. I might pay attention. But what if it said something like this instead? You know deep down when she's not responding to you, she's with him. Deep emotional impact and an experience a lot of people have had, but we're explaining it in a visceral way. At the end of the day, when you're writing copy for your music, when you're trying to convince somebody to listen to your music, you need to think about it the same way you think about your lyrics. You're not writing surface level boring lyrics, you're thinking deeply. So why not give the copy around your music that same level of thought?
Beautifully said, brother. I'm gonna link this video down in the description, y'all. But to close this out, man, please be intentional about the music you're making. You want longevity, or you just want to be here today and gone tomorrow? If you look at music that sticks around, it makes you feel something. So, hope that helped y'all. Let me know what else you want to talk about, and remember. Oh, wait a minute. Sorry. Let's go to the comments. Let's look at some comments. Hold on, I'm tripping. Let's look at some comments. I'm tripping. Let's go to some comments. Okay. All right. Solid advice. Okay, wait. I just released a song about the overly emotional flawed person in a relationship. Okay. One of my song is an allegory where the mythical he talking about he on drugs. Let's see. This is brilliant. Thanks for the video. My dad chose his career over me. Okay, that's a good topic to talk about. Well said. I consume a lot of music, but I can't relate to the lyrics because the main topic is relationship, and I've been single my whole life. But even if you can't relate to something, right? You may know somebody who went through something, or you may want to be in a situation where you had a relationship, or you can just appreciate something genuine. Because I hear songs all the time like, dang, I ain't went through that, but I could relate to how real that is. Like that's really good, you know? Okay. All right. Hope you enjoyed that. Bud Kelly out. Peace. And there we go. Nice peace.